Hey guys, what's up? It's Charlie here, and today we're going to be looking at the 10 most genius and hilarious puns in real life. So, we all know a pun is something that's written or said, but it turns out puns do exist in real life as well. So here are some hilarious and genius puns people actually saw in real life, and luckily they captured them on camera for us to have a laugh too. But before you start laughing too hard, why not subscribe and press the notification bell too? Coming in at number 10 is screenshot. So we all know a screenshot is when you take a picture of your screen. You simply press the volume and the home button and it takes a picture. But somebody else took a screenshot a bit too literally. As you can see, somebody shared a photo of their screen with a massive bullet through it. I'm not exactly sure why this guy had a bullet in his screen. Maybe he's tech wrecked or something. I mean, I'm guessing he's doing some kind of dumb YouTube challenge. Either that or this cell phone just saved this guy's life. But regardless, this is one funny photo. I mean, it literally is a screenshot. But remember guys, if you want to take a screenshot, don't do this. Unless you don't mind paying an extra $500 for a new phone. Next up is periodic table. So I'm sure in school many of us didn't exactly like science. I know I always found it boring and I never even bothered to memorize the periodic table. But maybe I would have if my lunch table looked like this. As you can see, one very scientific school made their tables like this. Their tables are literally in the shape of the periodic table, and they also show every single element. Of course, if some guy sits on the bench, he won't be able to see it. But I wonder if this actually helps any students memorize it. I don't know. If this was in my school, it would be getting vandalized right away. I can just imagine everyone adding their names onto the letters of the periodic table. But seriously, do you think this could actually help students or not? Either way, it is a pretty funny pun, and it's impressive they even built this in the same shape as the periodic table. Next up is plain tie. So most of the time when you meet your girlfriend's parents for the first time, you want to make a good impression. But this guy clearly doesn't care and he's very cocky about it. His girlfriend texted him saying, make sure you wear a plain tie to dinner tonight. That was because he'd finally be meeting her parents. So the guy decided to troll instead of make a good impression. He went out and bought a plain tie. Except instead of having just a plain color on it, this had planes on it. Yeah, that's pretty much the opposite of what this girl meant. If her parents have a good sense of humor, then I guess they might find this funny. But if they haven't even met and they're imposing tie rules, chances are they don't. Either way, this guy's a genius troll, and I'm sure he'll get on just fine. Next up is 2 feet of snow. So, whether you like snow or not, we've all heard this before. You've heard your friend, neighbor, or even the local news comment on how there's 2 feet of snow outside. It's usually when there's a lot of snow that it measures up to 2 feet. Well, one day a guy in New York decided to take this a bit literally. He made 2 feet out of snow. So I guess on the news in New York when they say there's 2 feet of snow outside, they mean it literally. This guy has way too much time on his hands to build 2 feet of snow. But either way, it is pretty funny, and I wonder how many people got this. Next up is dinner at 120 degrees. This is another example of a boyfriend trolling their girlfriend. We all know the stereotype that men can't cook very well. Well, this guy's not exactly helping us out. One day, this guy's girlfriend made dinner, but she had to go out, so he had to cook it. She texted him the simple instruction saying put dinner in the oven at 120 degrees. Now, obviously she means 120 degrees is in the temperature, but this genius boyfriend took it as a good opportunity to troll. He then put the dinner in at 120 degrees on the protractor. Just imagine how annoyed this girlfriend would be after she made all the food and then he does this. Be honest, how annoyed would you be if your partner did this? Either way, the guy's very funny and this hilarious text went viral. Let's just hope he didn't cook it like this, otherwise the food would all fall out, and he'd likely have melted plastic protractor all over his food. Next up is Tinder matches. Do any of you guys use Tinder? If so, do you have trouble getting matches or not? One day, a guy texted his friend saying he was having trouble getting matches on Tinder. That was when his friend said, I have about 20. Now, his friend didn't believe him and said send a picture as proof. And so the guy sent him this. As you can see, the guy pretty much just put 20 matches on his cell phone with Tinder open. But this is a good way to say you guys get a lot of matches. But be honest guys, do you get a lot of matches on Tinder or not? And for the record, I'm not talking about firelighting matches. Unless of course you're going out with an arsonist. Next up is finish flag. So this is a funny real-life pun done by a kid. In geography class at school, he had to do this test. He had to draw flags from various Scandinavian countries, including Sweden, Denmark, and Norway. He did the Swedish flag normally, but then on the test it said draw the Finnish flag. Now, the Finnish flag from Finland looks like this. But this kid took things a bit too literally, and he drew a Finnish racing flag. He even did those 2 poles by the side of the flag, and did a black and white grid just like an F1 race. I can't tell if this kid is dumb or a genius. He either needs to learn geography better or he's great at puns. He either needs to get an F in geography or an A in English for his puns. What do you guys think? Next up is chainsaw. So we all know chainsaws are big electric saws used for chopping down trees. And hacksaws are not electric, have a blade and are for doing smaller things. Well, one day a guy was in his grandpa's garage and tool shed and he saw this. He first thought it was simply a handsaw, but then he noticed instead of a saw blade was a chain. And he realized his grandfather just did a great pun. You see, he made a DIY chainsaw. Clearly this won't do much good. Question is, who just makes a real life pun in their garage? I guess this grandpa does. Next up is Mario Kart. So we all know that Mario Kart is one of the best games of all time. Seriously, if you guys don't like Mario Kart, what is wrong with you? But of course Mario Kart is just a game and would never be in real life. Well, that is where you guys would be wrong. One day somebody was in Walmart and they saw this. There was a guy who looks exactly like Mario with a shopping cart, or a Mario Kart. I'm not sure if this guy was doing it on purpose, but he does look seriously similar to Mario. He's got the exact same hat, t-shirt and overalls. And even his facial hair looks exactly like Mario. I can only hope and pray that this is his car. Coming up next is Bookworm. So this one may be kind of nasty for anyone who doesn't like insects. But one day this kid was reading in his bed at night. He was reading his diary when he saw something strange crawling across the page. As you can see, there's a tiny green worm. And we all know what a worm in a book is. A bookworm, right? Obviously a bookworm usually means someone who likes to read a lot. But I guess this worm is a real-life bookworm. Now all we need is a night owl. Oh wait, every owl is a night owl. Well, I guess that's a bit of a bonus pun for you there, guys. But either way, check out the poll in the top right corner to vote for the best real-life pun on this list. And check out my second channel too, there's some more amazing videos on there. There'll be a link to that on screen in a second. But as always, thanks for watching, check out some more videos on screen right now, leave a like if you enjoyed, and if you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to Top 10s.